Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, dear students. Welcome to the DDM Diploma in Digital Marketing Open Day webinar, organized by Sri Lanka Institute of Marketing. The Sri Lanka Institute of Marketing is an apex body for Sri Lankan marketers since back in 1970 and has been incorporated by an Act of Parliament in 1980s. This Marketing Mahagedara, or SLIM, is recognized as a national body for marketing, an authority to edify the marketing profession in Sri Lanka. So, ladies and gentlemen, here's your honors. The Sri Lanka Institute of Marketing conducted major events, programs, and award ceremonies on a national scale. The Diploma in Digital Marketing program, which is designed to provide the importance of digital marketing concepts, the best practices, and emerging concepts in digital marketing. The Diploma in Digital Marketing program, which suited for digital marketing career-minded candidates who are seeking to acquire specific competencies to differentiate themselves from the rest of the competitive marketplace. And this program, which is ideal for professionals at senior managerial levels and who are waiting with bated breath to equip themselves with digital marketing knowledge. So, ladies and gentlemen, he is the brand ambassador for Emerald Publishing South Asia and the vice president for the Sri Lanka Institute of Marketing. It's a pleasure to be here and warmly welcome Professor Devasiri N. Jayantha for the welcome speech.
Thank you very much, Dasun. Ladies and gentlemen, esteemed guests and valued participants today, a very good afternoon to each and every one of you. I extend a warm and heartfelt welcome to the open day of highly anticipated Diploma in Digital Marketing program, proudly presented by the esteemed Sri Lanka Institute of Marketing. Today, we stand at a significant juncture in the world of education and business, where the importance of digital marketing is more pronounced than ever before. In this rapidly evolving contemporary world, digital marketing serves as the cornerstone of success, enabling businesses to connect with their audience in ways previously unimaginable. So you made the right choice today by enrolling with the SLIM DDM program, which is the only place here in Sri Lanka where you can obtain 2 qualifications through 1 examination, which are Digital Marketing Essentials from the world's leading FX body for digital marketing, which is Digital Marketing Institute Ireland, and also Diploma in Digital Marketing from the Sri Lanka Institute of Marketing. As the person who initiated this collaboration, I'm delighted to address this momentous occasion. It is my distinct privilege to stand before you and extend a gracious welcome to this occasion, where we not only celebrate the pursuit of knowledge, aspiration, and the journey toward excellence, but also recognize the paramount importance of digital marketing in today's global landscape. In our relentless pursuit of knowledge, we are privileged to have a remarkable individual among us today, whose insights and experience in the field of digital marketing are invaluable. With immense pleasure, I sincerely welcome Mr. Sehan Samarasinghe, the Director and Chief Strategy Officer at Triad. We are genuinely privileged that despite his busy schedule, Mr. Samarasinghe has kindly accepted our invitation to be the keynote speaker for today's session. His willingness to share his wisdom with us on a weekend is a kind of a testament to his commitment to nurturing future professionals in the field of digital marketing. Our gratitude extends further to our dedicated faculty members, including the distinguished Mr. Shanaka Ratnayaka, who is presenting today in order to deliver the guest of honor speech, who is a lecturer from the Sri Lanka Institute of Marketing. His dedication to imparting knowledge and shaping the minds of our students is a kind of an inspiration to all of us. A special mention must also be made to our staff who work tirelessly to make this inauguration a reality. Let us express our heartfelt appreciation to Ms. Diluksha Javadana, Executive Slim Business School, Mr. Panchal Pereira, Ms. Mihirini Fonseca, along with the diligent effort of Mr. Dashum Rajasinghe, Mr. Tivanta, Mr. Sachindra, Sadeepa, Namit, Ms. Indika from Kandy, Pavani, and the entire marketing team. Your commitment to this event and the program success is commendable. Furthermore, I warmly welcome the heart and soul of this occasion, our esteemed participants who are the learning partners of the Diploma in Digital Marketing program. You have chosen to embark on this journey of knowledge and growth through our Diploma in Digital Marketing program. All the premise of a brighter future for yourself and also for the industry. Your presence here today is a kind of a testament to your dedication and thirst for excellence in digital marketing. Dear learning partners, today I can see myself in you because the reason is that, so I also started my career from a diploma program in 2007. Even though I'm currently serving as one of the youngest professors in finance domain in Sri Lanka, so I began my career in sales and marketing. So as I told you, way back in 2007. So I consider myself as a live example to showcase that there are ample opportunities for the researchers and also marketers, and also specifically for the digital marketers if you improve your digital marketing skills. So as we gather here to celebrate the beginning of this transformative academic journey, let us embrace the digital age opportunities. Let us strive to cultivate a culture of innovation, critical thinking, and ethical leadership within the sphere of digital marketing. Together, we can learn, evolve, and contribute to the growth of our industry, understanding that digital marketing is the driving force behind contemporary business world. Last but not least, I appreciate the support rendered by the CEO, Council, and the Sri Lanka Institute of Marketing's Executive Committee in conducting this diploma in digital marketing. So, which we have basically established or introduced in way back in 2018, late 2018. So it is an initiative that equips individuals with the skills and knowledge needed to excel in the global business arena. Once again, a warm welcome to each and every one of you. May today's proceedings inspire and empower us to reach new heights of success and knowledge in the ever-expanding world of digital marketing. I wish you all the best. Thank you very much. Dasun, it's over to you.
Thank you, Professor Devasiran Jayanta, for that great adding value to this DDM, Diploma in Digital Marketing program, Open Day. So he is a Director Chief Strategy Officer at Triad Private Limited, and he completed his MSc in Strategic Marketing from the Cardiff Metropolitan University. And he completed his postgraduate diploma in marketing from the Chartered Institute of Marketing, UK. And he was the Sri Lanka's prize winner for the marketing information and research for CIM. It's glad to be here and warmly welcome Mr. Shehan Samarasinghe for the guest speaker's speech for today.
Thank you, Dasun. And a sincere thank you to the SLIM team, Professor Devasiri Jayaratne, Vice President of the Sri Lanka Institute of Marketing, Lecturer Mr. Shanta Ratnayaka of the Sri Lanka Institute of Marketing, and the Program Brief Coordinator, Diluksha Jayawardena from the Sri Lanka Institute of Marketing as well, and the team from Sri Lanka Institute of Marketing, and fellow participants. Firstly, thank you very much for the opportunity. I remember when I was first asked to come and be a guest speaker here, my initial thoughts were there are so many others that I could recommend, and I did recommend so many others who I felt were better suited for this role and to have a discussion today. But once again, since I was given the opportunity, being a strategist, what I thought today was I would talk to you on two specific topics today. Firstly, I dwell into the diploma in digital marketing, focusing on the first thing, which is about qualifications. I'd like to talk to you a bit about qualifications, being somebody who has done a diploma in economics, done a BSc in business, done CIM, then after gone on to do a MSc as well. I'd like to talk to you about the journey I've gone through in qualifications and what one should really focus on and look for when they are, looking at getting qualified. And then secondly, I'd like to talk to you about digital marketing. Since I'm a strategist focusing on communication, I'm not a chief strategy officer in digital marketing side, but overall marketing communication. So I'd like to focus on the overall communication strategy that we end up using and bring a point of view that is relevant to digital marketing and share with you today. So just starting off and talking to you a bit about qualifications. So when we started and looked for qualifications, some of us really focus on, and I too, when I started a qualification, looked at the qualification which is most recognized and the qualification that will add the most amount of weight to my CV. At the end of the day, once I started working, little did I realize that weight was only in the CV. And the application of what I learned in the qualification was very, very little into my day-to-day work. I ended up learning more on the job relevant to my job than from the qualification that I had learned. So I would very much urge you when you're looking at a qualification, look at a qualification that is not just about driving something into your CV, but something that you would be able to take with you into your job role as well. Look for a qualification that adds weight to your job first. And when it does add weight to your job, then it will also add weight to your CV. So focus on that, and you would be able to see that value actually coming through to life into your job role and then into your CV. So if you are someone who is currently not working and you may not know really the sort of qualifications that are needed, speak to somebody in a specific role that you are looking for and talk to them and understand what the job role entails and see if the qualification that you're trying to do actually matches that role. And that's a really important thing when you're looking for a qualification, to find something that has that fit where you are able to put into practice what you learn and you're able to implement that. And I'm sure we'll hear about the practical applications of the qualification with the DDM from Slim as well. So take into heart that at the end of the day, when you're looking for a qualification, it's not about what falls into your CV as being qualified in such and such a field, but actually what you are able to apply to your day-to-day job, which will thereafter help build your CV. Next, I'd like to talk to you about digital marketing. And this is going to be a different point of view from what you're going to hear from the lecturer and the program brief. I think that's why I was also invited to bring in a different perspective. I'm not somebody who is directly involved in digital marketing, but in all our communication, when we provide integrated solutions, digital marketing is an aspect, a key aspect that we bring in. I don't think you're here wondering whether you should be doing a course in digital marketing. I'm sure you understand how the world has been shaped and formed. And news today also was talking about the importance of technology and how technology is disrupting multiple industries. Banking is being disrupted with fintech. Education has been disrupted with edtech. Even the advertising industry is being disrupted with what we call adtech. And we are seeing multiple industries from healthcare even being disrupted with technology. And industries which were traditionally offline now are looking at being online in order to survive itself. And those that don't get on that bandwagon, those that don't end up making that shift are going to be left for dust, like Nokia was many, many years ago when they were a monopoly in the phone market, when they were selling feature phones. The smartphone revolution came in and they didn't jump on that bandwagon. And you know the rest of Nokia's story is history. Right? So when you look at digital marketing, you hear these sort of key terms from SEO to pay-per-click, SEM, content marketing, content strategy, so on and so forth. But I'm not going to talk to you about this today. This is the fundamentals that you're going to learn on digital marketing. And this is the sort of foundation in which you're going to base everything. But there's something else in digital marketing that we need to understand. And that is the fact that when you end up looking at the end of the day at the center of all this, at the center of SEO, video, ROI, SEM, pay-per-click content, social media, is this. the human being, every one of us. And it's something that we sometimes take for granted, right? When we are marketers, when we are brand custodians, when we are digital managers, we take for granted the fact that at the end of the day, we are selling to human beings. We are selling to you and I. But we feel that they are the ones who are in love with our brands as much as we are. We've put that hat of a brand custodian, forgetting that at the end of the day, a customer is just looking at our brand as another item in a shopping list. They are just looking at our brand among 20, 30 other brands in that exact same category. So understanding how consumers behave in the physical world as well as the digital world is really where the difference is being made in terms of digital marketing. So I just like to share with you one concept and how that has sort of evolved our thinking in digital marketing itself. And it's this a very simple concept called laddering. Right? It's a concept that says that products belong into categories are in ladders, and products fall in different steps of these ladders. So if I were to give you an example of pizza, an example that all of us can relate to. Pizza is one ladder, it's a category, and in which you end up having multiple players that are there. Pizza Hut, Domino's, Harpo's, Rocco's, Giovanni's Pizza. You have so many other pizza brands that are there. If you want to become a market leader, or if you want to increase sales, you need to move up this ladder. And most often than not, it's not easy to end up becoming number one when you're number two, or number three when you're number four. To become higher in market share, you need to move up the ladder. And moving up the ladder involves knocking the person off the ladder. So what we end up doing in our sort of strategic thinking is always trying to create new ladders. So while the pizza ladder has been really occupied and you have Pizza Hut being one of the main brands that are being purchased, what if we were to create another ladder in people's minds? What if we were to focus on, let's say, Sri Lankan pizza, right? Many of you may have seen this trend towards Sri Lankanizing different foods, right? Whether it is burgers, McDonald's having now rice and curry, Pizza Hut having rice and curry, kottu being there. Even pizza has seen that sort of transformation where Sri Lankanizing it, bringing in Sri Lankan flavors, Sri Lankan cuisine into pizza is something that you can sort of differentiate from the rest of the market. And this is exactly what a brand called Arthur's Pizza ended up doing. I'm sure a lot of you may have heard of Arthur's Pizza. They revolutionized the pizza industry in Sri Lanka by creating a new ladder called Sri Lankan Pizza. And in this ladder was they and only they for a long period of time. So much so that people started buying more and more Arthur's Pizza to taste the Naimeris-based pizzas that are there, the bacon based pizzas, and having a huge liking and craving now to try Sri Lankan type pizzas. Now today you can see even Pizza Hut, Harpo's, Domino's introducing Sri Lankan flavors. Pizza Hut has a black chicken curry flavor. And you can see more and more of these competitor brands moving into the Sri Lankan pizza range. So a really interesting thing is this concept of laddering and how it can be even applied in the space of digitalization. If you take our world, right, whether it's finance, travel, consumption, healthcare, entertainment, education, leisure, all these things that sort of take a slice of our life. In the past, we would end up going to a bank. In the past, when we wanted to travel, we'll end up calling kangaroo cabs. When it came to consumption, we'll physically go to locations. Healthcare, going to the hospital. Entertainment, we'll go to the cinema, watch TV. All of this has been transformed with digitalization. Today, all of it can be achieved through your phone. You can wait in one single location and be able to manage your finance, order food, have it delivered to your home, and in between even have a consultation through ODoc. So this is really the digitized lifestyle that we are in now. So as we spoke about creating ladders in people's heads and looking at categories in which you can become number one, it's important that in the past where you would end up thinking of taking a taxi and Kangaroo would be the brand that comes to your mind. Now, through digitalization and everyone using smartphones, you need to look at how in the digital space, when it comes to booking a cab, how do you become number one? And that's where Pick Me and Uber have come. And today, Kangaroo is like Nokia. It's no longer relevant. Uber and Pick Me have taken over Kangaroo. Where Kangaroo used to have a monopoly in taxis, today Uber and Pick Me have taken over. Where e-channeling used to be a platform where we would go online and channel. Now ODoc is coming into that space. So in the space of healthcare and channeling itself, you can see how a single brand is trying to position themselves and move forward. In terms of education, you have brands like DP Education, Byju's coming in and playing. So again, these ladders that we were talking about, these ladders exist in the physical world as well as the digital world. And it's important as brand custodians, when we look at digital marketing itself, we look at those spaces and see whether there's opportunity for us to create another ladder in people's minds. While pizza is 729, today pizza can be ordered through an application. Which pizza brand is going to become that first brand where people end up ordering simply with the press of a button or ordering via an emoji without calling 729? So these are the opportunities that are there. What was there in the physical world is now moved again to the digital world. And where you might have seen market leaders, like I mentioned in travel with Kangaroo being there, now with people using phones and making their bookings online, Uber and Pick Me have taken over. So these are the opportunities we have. Parallelly to living a physical world, we have the opportunity of creating these mental ladders in the digital world and actually gaining market share and moving our brands forward. If I were to give you one good example, this is an example that actually I lived through. Many years ago, maybe a decade or so ago, I used to import perfumes and sell them. And when I had this opportunity somewhere in December to actually go and have a pop-up store at a very well-known fashion store, I was given the opportunity to spend, if I'm not mistaken, 25,000 rupees and have a physical store in this outlet, outside the outlet, and be able to sell these perfumes. So I have that opportunity of doing that, but then again I thought I'm spending 25,000. If I'm making a profit of say 500 rupees per bottle, that means I'll need to sell at least 500 bottles in order to cover that cost. Right? Sorry, 50 bottles in order to cover that cost. So rather than doing that, why don't I try and focus online? And I had a couple of years ago opened a Facebook page and I spent $10. That time a dollar was 150 rupees. So I spent 1,500 rupees just by really understanding consumer behavior and applying that online, making a post as you can see here, right? This post, nothing fancy. During Christmas season, I said stocking stuffers and said that if you buy one bottle, it's 2,000 rupees, which was the retail price I was selling the bottle at, and 1,500 if you buy five. I wasn't making a loss simply because when I would put it into retail stores and I would sell it in bulk, I would anyway sell it at 1,500. So I put it as if you buy 5 bottles, I'll give it at 1,500 per bottle. This $10 post that I did actually sold over 100,000 rupees worth of stock. And this really goes to show that if you look at the traditional channels, TV, radio, press, magazine, hoardings, activation, in-store, all of these are very expensive assets. But digital is so much more inexpensive. And if done right, you have such a captive audience there. If targeted well, you can start a discussion with them, they can convert to you, and you can end up even building loyalty with them. So this is the difference between actually looking at the real world and the online world. You can test and check different messages even and see how effective they are. You really can't do that in a sort of a pop-up store in the first instance. Spending 25,000, all I can do is wait there and hope somebody will come by and purchase my bottles. Versus here, I have an entire universe of people who are there captively waiting. I just need that right message at the right time to actually target them. So this is again understanding human behavior, understanding what makes people tick. And during Christmas season, right, when you can buy one for yourself, Now you buy 5, 1 for you and 4 for the others. And you are able to actually, make sense during a period like that where people are anyway buying items in larger quantities to be able to share as gifts. The next thing I'd like to tell you is when it comes to digital, don't get bogged down with the nitty-gritties. Don't get bogged down with the data. Always look for the human insight that's there, because there's too much work happening where people are focusing on the data, focusing on the information, focusing on the mining, and really not focusing on the fact that human beings are the ones who are going through your posts. Human beings are the ones who are going through your ads that are there. Do something impactful that will actually resonate. If it doesn't resonate with you, how would it resonate with somebody else? So always remember what you are doing, what you're studying, what you're applying. Look at yourself as a consumer also and see that when you are actually doing, applying digital marketing in the real world, does it actually make an impact to you as a human being? And if it does, it's likely to do that for many others as well. I'd like to end off with 2 videos in which it really sort of illustrates that at the end of the day, digital is just one channel. And the person that we should be keeping in the center of all of this is the human being.
1,000 advertising messages a day you're exposed to. Hold your hand up if you remember one from yesterday. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, that's long enough. 5 out of, there's 100 people there, 1,000 each, that's 100,000 messages, and you remember 5. That's the scale of the problem. So, we don't understand the media, obviously. We don't understand what we're doing. We've got the media wrong. Let's get back to basics and look at what the media is. That's the punter. History of media. We started off with painting on walls, cave painting. That was one way to get to the painter. Then it changed and we went into frescoes and oil painting. That was another way to get to the punter. Then we discovered photography. Then we discovered cinema. Then we discovered TV. Keeps changing, all different ways to get to the punter. Then we discovered digital, social media. Then we're soon going to discover whatever the next thing is that's going to kill all other media. Keeps changing. Do you notice one thing on there that isn't changing? One thing on there that's never changed? That's the media. This isn't the media. This is what stupid people think is the media. This is why 17 billion quid gets wasted every year. This is why most of it, this all may well be very trendy, but the point is any old rubbish that goes in there won't work. Facebook doesn't press a button on itself and pass itself on. Twitter doesn't pass itself on. David Abbott said, crap that arrives at the speed of light is still crap when it gets there.
So hope it made sense, right? So you're studying something that you're actually going to use to be able to grow a brand, grow a business. At the end of the day, don't forget that that business is grown not because of Facebook or Twitter or LinkedIn. It's about the people who are behind that, the people who are liking your Facebook page. They're liking it for a reason. They want value out of it. And if you are a bank, they are not interested in knowing your CSR initiatives. They are not interested in the awards you won. What they're interested is in the offers they're getting out of it, the interest rates that they're getting out of it, the new products that they're getting out of it. That's what they're interested about. So give them that value. Just want to share with you one more video about technology and really what technology should be focusing on.
It doesn't matter to him that we power 1/3 of the planet. She doesn't care that a plane powered by our technology takes off every 2 seconds. And she isn't impressed that we span 3 centuries of invention. Because what matters to them is that her grandson is starring in a school play. Her daughter will be coming home tomorrow. It's getting dark, and he has homework to do.
So beautiful message from G. Technology is how we do things. People is why we do them. So just leaving you with two key messages from today's small presentation. Firstly, choose a qualification that adds value to your job. That will always add value to your CV, not the other way around. And finally, it's not about digital, but what digital can do for people. Thank you very much for giving me this opportunity. I hope you gain something out of this time. Thank you.
Thank you. Well, thank you very much, Mr. Shehan Samarasin, for that great introduction and adding value to this event, and which was gave extraordinary value, especially for our students. Mr. Shanaka Ratnayaka completed his MBA from the University of West of England, Bristol, and is a fellow member of the Digital Marketing Association of Sri Lanka. Currently serves as the Assistant Vice President Marketing at Freeme by Nations Trust Bank PLC and lecturer for Diploma in Digital Marketing. It's glad to see you here and warmly welcome Mr. Shanaka Ratnayaka for lecture speech.
Hi, Dasun. Thank you for the introduction. Am I audible?
Yes, you're audible.
Awesome. Okay. So I'm not sure if the cam is functioning. I hope so, but I get a black screen. Let's see. Anyway, I'll take you through a small presentation and then probably give an introduction about the session, what you're going to go through in terms of journey. So nice to be part of the show because I've met Shehan about 12 years ago when I was part of Mobitel as a part of an activation. He was part of the agency team. So Shehan, thank you for that introduction, and then giving an outline of what it is for the students and how digital is one of the channels that needs to be incorporated into our overall campaign and communications planning. So with that note, let me take you through a small introduction into what we're all going to go through in the coming months. Yeah, so let me share the screen. All right, hope you guys can see. If not, please let me know. Okay, so first of all, welcoming all of you in joining this journey, right? So it means a lot because you have decided to take on this journey, taking aside a large portion of your weekends, which could have been used otherwise. So which means you're also sacrificing your time. So it will definitely add value to what you're going to do. And like Shehan said about adding value to the job that you do, and ultimately the CV as well. So before everything goes on, I think the introduction helped clarify some of these doubts as well. So I will start off with something I would say radical, right? So we're getting our open day is about digital marketing. But what if I said there's nothing called digital marketing anymore, right? So I make this statement in the introduction sessions that I do, and people would usually question as to why you say that well, your module is going to be covering areas in digital marketing, but how come you say that there is nothing called digital marketing anymore? So I think Shehan touched base on some of these things. Things are moving towards digital, not just marketing with advertising, with ad tech coming in. It's also being revolutionized. But he mentioned a few other things like banking, like healthcare, all of that. So everything, every feature, every touch point, that every service that we usually consume is now being changed, disrupted with digital. So again, the same thing happens to digital marketing as well, because what we're essentially doing is completely this, right? So it's that misconception that you need to have digital, and digital is only suitable for certain things. But what it actually means in today's context is, right, we are marketing, or we are doing marketing in a digital world. We are doing communications in a digital world. The digital world is where healthcare is digitalized, our transport is digitalized, how we order food is digitalized, how we can consume entertainment is digitalized. everything has now been digitalized. So the same needs to be applied for marketing as well. So what we are now doing is marketing in a digital world. So for that to happen, right, we need to get an understanding about how the digital touch points work, right? What are the local behaviors, consumer behaviors? What are the global trends? What are the specific channels that are out there? So it's not Facebook anymore, right? There's much more to digital than simply Facebook. So Facebook was the big thing back in 2010, 12, 13, right? Everybody wanted to have a page, and the main thing that is made you look different, or a brand to be different, was actually the number of fans or the followers or the likes you had, right? So every brand was in a race to get the highest number of Facebook likes or followers, what you call, right? So that was the key objective back in the day. And of course, spreading out the marketing message in a cost-effective way was one. But moving a decade forward, right, things have changed a lot, right? Things have changed a lot. It's not just the number of likes you have on your page, right? Now we call them vanity metrics. Yes, they are numbers, but probably some things that doesn't make much of a difference, right? So falling into the category of vanity metrics. So marketing strategy essentially still remains the same. So nothing in terms of the fundamentals have changed, right? So this is something that I would, explain within the course content as well, within the first, couple of modules that you're going to go through in the DDM program, right? It's basically how much effort, how much time, how much resources you put into diagnosing the problem, right? And with that diagnosis, what sort of strategy you implement to achieve your end objectives. And as a result of that, how is this strategy executed using the fundamentals of the marketing mix, which is you can simply take the 4 Ps or even the 7 Ps. So starting from the problem, diagnosing, right, what the problem is, understanding the problem, and then strategy, how can you overcome it, and what period are we going to overcome it, because we believe in something called, or in theory, you have something called SMART objectives, which needs to be aligned to your overall strategy. And finally, the 33% on the far right hand side, how we utilize the marketing mix in a way that helps to achieve your ultimate objectives. However, with digital coming into the picture, and then since it's easy to use, and everybody today, anybody can open a Facebook page. Today, anybody can start advertising on Facebook, right? Same thing happens to Google as well. The ad platforms are making it easier and easier to people to get on board and start advertising. From a platform point of view, Meta or Google, in this context, it's right within the objective, because they want to get revenue. They want to make things easy for advertisers. Yes, it's making things simple. However, with that being said, Meta and Google also, on the other side, are improving certain technical things, right? Certain technical areas of digital advertising within their platforms, which are not used by the common man, people who are not exposed to digital platforms. So these are areas that are going to be covered through programs such as the DDM that you're going to go through now, because it's not purely using digital for one purpose and one purpose alone, which is simply communications. It is not the answer. Okay, let's send out an EDM and then let's get it on, right? It's how, taking that example from what Shehan also said. So he took the decision to get on board with Facebook, and with the correct message. There the key differentiation was the correct message, and targeting, or being able to be reach to that audience with the right message at the right time, right? So that is essentially a bigger part of the strategy than the simple Facebook post which was taken to execute it. So that is one way of looking at things as well, right? So that is how we implement, or how we utilize or allocate resources and time to diagnose a problem, define the strategy, and then ultimately get the whole marketing mix into the control. And then how can we utilize that marketing mix to execute our strategies is what essentially what needs to be done. And digital is something that is going to help you achieve this execution in a more seamless, in a more accurate, in a more visible way, right? So that is something which we will look at in the first couple of modules, starting with the introduction and then the strategy as well. And then everybody wants to get on board with the digital bandwagon. Fine. So it's still good. So what we need to do is how can, from a marketing point of view, look at being more proactive and more get into the more innovative side of things, which is why you will see brands getting on board novel concepts of gaming, right? And then now the biggest trend is coming, and Meta also released a couple of unique features with the metaverse, and then how AI is going to be utilized in our marketing communications and our digital and our overall marketing efforts. So by using these platforms, how does brands need to consider about being more proactive, right? Being more proactive, because in what marketing is, you need to be able to predict the consumer demand, right? You need to also predict. So being proactive is really, really important in this digital world. And most importantly, how do we build, how do we innovate continuously with the resources that we have, with the digital tools that we have at hand, with the platforms that are available. So recently, WhatsApp introduced channels. So how does brands get on this? How are brands going to make use of this platform? So there are a lot of things that are coming out, and I think you've heard of Meta introducing Threads, right, as a competition to the platform X, right, formerly known as Twitter. How are these going to affect us? Is something that we're going to cover through this whole program, because our objective is about streamlining uh, the business opportunities with the digital platforms we have. Why? Because it saves time, it helps you to reduce your overall cost, and most importantly, you get to improve your metrics or your numbers or your information that you have with the campaign. So digital is going to help you with a lot of that. So basically improving the metrics. And with that note, I think Shahan also touched base on something to do with data, right? It's about the consumer insight. That is, there's a lot more things to do with the consumer insight than to data itself. I also completely agree with that statement. And in today's world, data is considered the new oil, right? Yes, it is the new oil, and it is the most valuable resource out there. So that being said, very similar to what oil or crude oil in this example, right? As you see on the screen, right? This is the refinery process of getting crude oil, and then how can other byproducts like LP gas to kerosene to petrol to diesel, all of these are refined, right? So that same sentiment is applicable for data as well, right? Because data is only good as how good it is refined, right? How well do you refine your data, and most importantly, for what purpose it is used, right? It's very similar, right? You don't put kerosene oil, kerosene into your vehicle that is supposed to be running on diesel, right? It doesn't happen like that. So for what purpose is that data used is also something important, because with digital platforms coming in, there is a lot of data points that are being captured, starting with a simple website. Forget the website. Look at a landing page that you're doing into your existing website for the purpose of getting leads, right? In that context itself, starting from looking at the number of visitors who come onto the site, how long they spent on the site, what buttons did they click, where at what point of the website, or at which part of the website did the audience look at the most, looking at heat maps, right? And then very important, what are the exit pages they went, right? Also looking at the referral pages. So these are got a lot of data points that you're going to be exposed to with especially digital coming on board. So with that level of, or with that volume of data, you will definitely be prone to getting carried away with the numbers. You need to stop it, right? You need to make a stand, and then just like the refinery process of crude oil, look at how we can refine that data. And also with that refined data, what are we going to do about it? What are the action points? Are we only going to look at giving offers, or are we going to include take that data and then look at improving the user experience of my landing page? These are the decisions that you're going to be able to take with data that you're going to be exposed with digital channels. I just took one example, a simple landing page. There are a lot more platforms from website to landing pages, and most importantly in today's context, applications, mobile applications, right? Mobile applications are going to get you a lot more information than what websites also do, because you're having real-time interactions with the people, starting from what at what time of the day are people opening the app, what are the buttons they're clicking, right? What are the blockers, or what are the points of that consumer journey which people are having delays, where if your sign up process is a long, lengthy process, what do we do in terms of improving that user experience is also something that we need to take as decision. So digital is covering all of that. Again, why? We live in a digital world, and from a marketing point of view, what we need to do is how do we market our products and then get to the consumer in this digital world. Like Shahan said, it's about getting that ladders, and what I would call it is basically getting a bigger portion of the users share of mind, right? Getting users share of mind is important. Yes, and then going in depth to it, in what ladders should that share of mind be achieved is the next step. So overall, we need to look at how do we get a higher portion of the consumers share of mind. And to all students who are getting on board this program, right? One final message, or basically three important things that I would like you guys to make a note of, right? Which is always be curious, always be curious. And with that curiosity, you're going to have your, you're more encouraged to do the second task, which is asking questions. The more curious you are, you're more prone to ask questions. And we would, including myself, all the the panel members available in this program are very much eager to ask these, answer the questions that you have. Because the reason is, when you do ask questions, it is not only going to help you, it is going to help everybody, all the students who are who are part of this program, because everybody is going to improve their knowledge. Don't be afraid to ask questions. And most importantly, my final message is use search, right? People are curious, and with digital, with platforms like Google search, right? And even in Sri Lankan context, Google search is the most used search platform, right? Almost 96% of Sri Lankans use Google as their primary search engine, right? And we need to be able to search information. And it's not always about looking at search and then going or scrolling through the first, second page, or next page, next page. It's about how well you put in the questions and then look at the results that you have, and then digging deep into certain areas that we're going to discuss within the module. So example, we are going to hear of something called programmatic advertising in this program. Let's not chop it at the lecture itself. Go back and then do some additional research into this. What does programmatic advertising means? Because programmatic advertising is not only with digital platforms anymore, right? Programmatic advertising has now extended to out of home advertising as well. Yes, Sri Lanka would take a little more time to get there, but globally, you get programmatic advertising happening digitally, that is on websites and social media platforms, and also extended to out of home digital screens as well. So that is the world we are living in. So my request is be curious, ask questions, and also use search, because you will get to know more about the program outline, because I think the whole program is revamped, and there are few exciting new things that are happening within the program as well. So these three things, I think it's important to keep in mind: be curious, ask questions, and use search. So with that, we thank everybody who joined in, and again, welcome to the digital marketing program. And yeah, so that's about it. So looking forward to seeing you guys within the content as well. So Dasun, thank you for that, and over to you.
Thank you, sir. Thank you for that great introduction. So ladies and gentlemen, dear students, we next move on for the program brief. I warmly invite to give a program brief Ms. Dilukshi Javardhana, executive from Slim Business School, Kitulatta.
Thank you, Dasun. Hope I'm audible, and let me share my screen.
Yes, you're audible.
Okay, so good evening, dear students. On behalf of Slim Business School, I would like to warmly welcome you for the inauguration or the open day of Diploma in Digital Marketing Intake 2 2023 intake. So I'm Dilukshi Javadana, the program coordinator for Diploma in Digital Marketing program. And here I would like to take you through some important details about the Diploma in Digital Marketing program. So if you have completed the certificate in digital marketing program at SLIM, or if you have followed any other certificate level program in digital marketing from a recognized institute which is acceptable to SLIM, you are eligible to follow the diploma in digital marketing. As well, if you are a marketing professional who have completed an MBA or MSc and also have an experience in marketing profession, you are eligible to follow the diploma in digital marketing program. The students who register for the Diploma in Digital Marketing program need to submit the registration documents to the SLIM Learning Management System, LMS. You need to submit the soft copies of your NIC or the passport, certificates of your academic qualifications, and the service letters. So a clear and comprehensive guidelines on the SLIM LMS will be shared to you all in due course. The program has designed to expect so many learning outcomes at the completion of the program. If I tell some of them, to identify the importance of digital marketing for a marketing success, to obtain detailed knowledge and understanding on the digital marketing concepts, its functions and their applications, to be able to apply digital marketing strategies, tools and tactics on a variety of contexts, and to manage customer relationships across all the digital channels and build better relationships. Yeah, if I mention some key facts about the Diploma in Digital Marketing program, the duration will be about 9 months and the program will be conducted fully in English medium. So we have planned to conduct the whole program online via MS Teams, and SLIM will provide you the SLIM LMS access and the Pearson eLibrary access to make your learning effective and easy. So now I'm going to explain the curriculum of the digital marketing diploma in digital marketing program. And the diploma in digital marketing program simply consists of 8 modules with the updated contents and practical demonstrations on specific lessons. Hence, all the students will have the opportunity to gain the hands-on experience on the subject arena that you study. So if I name the modules, the first module is Introduction to Digital Marketing. Second, Strategic Digital Planning Process. Third, Social Media Marketing and Advertising. Fourth, Content Marketing. Fifth, Conceptualizing Web and App Development. Sixth, Search Engine Optimization. Seventh, Digital Campaign Management. The last module is Contemporary Themes in Digital. So these are the modules. And if I discuss about the evaluation criteria, the evaluation criteria will be mainly in 2 ways. There are assignments along with the presentations, and all the students are required to sit for an online examination at the end of all 8 modules. So if I discuss more about the assignments, there will be an individual project that will be assigned in the beginning of the program and will continue gradually until the end of the program. So after the submission of the individual project, you need to present it. Further, you need to complete another case study based assignment as a group assignment. So SLIM will divide you into groups. At the completion of the group assignment, you need to present the case study as a group. So students will be given guidance for both the assignments and for the examination. And the gradings will be awarded according to your performance at each of these assignment components. So students, this is the recommended reference reading material that you will be able to access this and many other required ebooks once you get the Pearson eLibrary access after the registration. The learning sessions will be on every Saturday from 2 p.m. to 6 p.m. As I said, via MS Teams, and the class joining links will be shared with all the students through email prior to the class. The classes will be commencing from 14th October 2023. So this is the class timetable for Diploma in Digital Marketing in Tech 2 2023. So we will share these with all the registered students at the class commencement, and all the students are requested to follow the program timetable thoroughly and attend to the class on regular basis, as the attendance of the class will be monitored strictly. This is the program handbook for Diploma in Digital Marketing program, and this will carry all the important details you need to know about the Diploma in Digital Marketing program. All the students are requested to read the program handbook thoroughly. We will be sharing the program handbook as well via our Slim LMS. Slim will communicate with the students mostly via email, and students are requested to provide an accessible email address and check your emails on regular basis. As well, students can contact Slim for any inquiry regarding the program. So if you have registered in Colombo Slim Business School, you may email to me via ddm@slim.edu.lk, and you can contact me via 070-366-2177. The students who have registered in Kandy Slim Business School, they can contact Kandy Slim Business School via 070-326-4499, or they can email to kandy@slim.lk. The students who have registered in Matara Slim Business School, they can contact Matara Slim Business School via 070-191-8077, or they can email to matara@slim.lk. So once you complete the program, you are invited to the Slim graduation ceremony, and you will be awarded with the Diploma in Digital Marketing at that glamorous ceremony. So students, this brings to the end of the program brief, and finally I would like to wish you all the best in the future studies and becoming successful marketers in the world of marketing. And thank you very much, and have a pleasant evening. So over to you, Dasun.
Thank you, Ms. Dilukshi Javardhana, for that program brief. I hope you all have learned what are the benefits and why you need to become a professional digital marketer. Because the starting by until the end of this session, which gave all of us a plethora meaning, what is the digital marketing and what you can gain in a current competitive marketplace. So with that, thank you, Mr. Professor Devasiri Jayanta, Mr. Shehan Samarasinghe, Mr. Shanaka Ratnayaka, and guest of honors. It's a pleasure to join with Diploma in Digital Marketing Open Day webinar. Have a great day.